Why do individuals who are called into a higher purpose experience the worst wars with lust? It is a fight most individuals don't like to talk about, but it is more common than you think, and the reasons behind it are surprising. If you are feeling overwhelmed by this silent war, you are not alone. In fact, there is a biblical explanation to it. Let's find out the truth behind this silent battle. Throughout the Bible, some of the most anointed individuals experienced strong temptations. Consider King David, a man after God's own heart who was seduced by lust for Bathsheba, or Samson, whose strength and purpose were taken away by his weakness for Delilah. Even now, those chosen by God are not immune to this fight. But why? Why does lust appear to attack those consecrated for greatness? It's not just about human weakness. This is a spiritual war, and the enemy knows whom to strike. The Bible gives us an understanding of spiritual warfare. Ephesians 6:12 says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." Lust is not just a temptation of the body. This is a spiritual attack aimed at people who have a divine calling. The enemy knows that if he can defile the purity of the chosen one, he can prevent God's purpose for his life. But why does this struggle do so much harm? Here are 5 reasons why this is very surprising. One is that spiritual sensitivity heightens the allure of temptation. The more spiritually gifted a person is, the more aware of God and the devil they are. Lust is one of the devil's most powerful weapons because it can distract or weaken those who are most likely to answer God's call. In any case, these people are more likely to be tempted because the devil sees them as a threat and wants to make them fall to keep them from following God's plan. 2 is that isolation causes hidden battle. Most chosen people live solitary lives, so they have no one to support or talk to. While having few friends or family can be good, in this case it's very dangerous because the devil's most powerful weapon is pride. Without having a support network to keep them humble, the chosen people's pride can cause them to fall. 3. Higher callings result in greater attacks. The higher the calling, the more intense the conflict. Lust is not merely a human struggle. It is a spiritual attack meant to keep chosen ones unfocused, fatigued, and far away from God. Many great leaders, prophets, and spiritual warriors have been defeated because they underestimated the power of this conflict. The enemy uses overpowering lust as a constant trap, knowing that even the most powerful warrior can be brought down by their own flesh. 4. Emotional wounds result in open doors. Many chosen ones bear deep emotional wounds, whether that may be rejection, abandonment, or previous heartbreak. These unhealed wounds can result in open doors for lust. When one is emotionally fragile, the devil offers overbearing lust as a false solace, a false tie to complete the void. Without inner healing, lust is a technique for managing the pain and forms a sin and disappointment cycle that is hard to break. 5. Strong spiritual gifts, weak flesh. Many chosen ones have very strong spiritual gifts, but they are human. The flesh remains weak, and without consistent spiritual discipline, prayer, fasting, and the renewing of the mind, spiritual gifts can intensify lust. The stronger the anointing, the more self-control is needed. Without actively strengthening the spirit, chosen ones can often fall into lust patterns of thought and action. This is a battle that many chosen ones fight privately. But there is a way of escape. The question is, Will they fight or fall?